Hey you guys, welcome to our new series of videos dedicated to the basics of crypto and blockchain. So we thought it'll be a great idea to explain to you guys what crypto and blockchain are, how they function, and why we need them. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to like this video and follow the channel. And by the way, in the description of this video, you can find free useful materials to download. So don't forget to check it out. So without further ado, let's get straight to the video. So what is cryptocurrency? It is money, but this money is different from the traditional money we are used to. Some people say that cryptocurrency is digital money, but this is not the only difference from traditional one, which is called fiat money in the crypto world. To use fiat money, you need to have a bank account and a bank card, of course. And what you can do with money? You can send it from one account to another, withdraw it, or make purchases with it of goods and services. To use cryptocurrency, you need to have a crypto wallet, which can be compared with a traditional bank account. You can also send crypto from one wallet to another or pay for goods and services, just like with fiat money. So their uses are very similar, but there are differences between these types of money, and they are rather significant. Of course, both fiat money and crypto have their pros and cons, so let's go through them. So in the case of fiat money, we always deal with intermediary, which is bank. The bank stores all the information about our funds and their transfers. For example, if I send money to my friend, the bank creates a record that I send the funds, and then my friend receives those funds. This money will be moved from my account to the account of my friend, and the bank records it in its database. So it's information about the transaction, the sender, the recipient, the sum, and other details. But what if bank decides to change some records in the database? Or even if bank decides to block our funds? What happens if the bank closes? We may even lose all our funds stored in there. But in the cryptocurrency market, things work in a different way. If you want to send money, you send it directly to the recipient. So there is no intermediary and the transaction is completely direct. But the data about the transaction, like the sender, the recipient, the sum, what kind of money you send, and more, it all is recorded somewhere, right? And yes, this data is recorded in the blockchain. So blockchain is a network and a register. Whenever a transaction happens, all the details about the transaction are automatically recorded in the blockchain. There is no central body or an owner that controls the funds or records. And once you make a transaction and information is recorded in the blockchain, nobody can change it or cancel it. You might ask, how long is the data stored in the blockchain? Well, forever, as long as the blockchain exists. All the data stored in the blockchain is 100% safe. Remember that blockchain is a chain of blocks. These blocks consist of transactions and are interconnected. So every block has its own unique identifier called a hash. Now things are becoming more complicated, but don't worry, I will explain it to you how it all works. For example, with traditional banking, I lend money to my friends. I give 100 USD to Annie, then I give 25 USD to John, and then I give 135 USD to Ben. To make sure I don't forget anything, I write it down. But Ben doesn't want to return my money, so he comes to visit me, finds the record, and changes it from 135 USD to just 35 USD. If I don't remember the details, I lose that money. But with the blockchain, things will not gonna work this way. First of all, we encode the data. So I give 100 USD to Annie and I get encoded data. Then I give 25 USD to John and I also give 135 USD to Ben. And from all of that, I get encoded data. Now it becomes more difficult to change the information, but it's still possible. What if I connect all the coded information pieces into one single chain? So I give 100 USD to Annie, and now we take the code of the first record and integrate it into the second record. Then I give 25 USD to John, and after that, I take the code of the second record and integrate it into the third one. And finally, I give 135 USD to Ben. Now, for Ben to change the record, he will need to find out what the coding principle was. The poor guy would also need to find out what was added to the code, and he would also need to spend a lot of time decoding all those things. But what if he deals not with a couple of records, but with thousands or even millions of them? Deciphering them all becomes practically impossible. What if all this information is stored not in one place, but stored in thousands of places? Then, to change the record, Ben would need to not only find out how to decipher all these data, but to change all the records in all copies. So this is why blockchain is safe. Once recorded, information cannot be changed. So there is another question that arises here. Who creates these blocks and adds them to the blockchain? I think it's high time to talk about miners. When we send money or create a transaction, it is not recorded on the blockchain immediately. First, somebody has to make sure that you indeed have the money you are sending, that the coins are correct, and confirm the transaction. After this, it is added to a block. And finally, once the block is full, somebody adds the block to the blockchain. This somebody is called a miner. Miners check whether the transaction comply with needed requirements, add them to blocks, and then add the blocks to the blockchain. In this way, we can say that miners make the network run and run safely. Of course, miners don't work for free. They receive rewards for their efforts. And that is why when we send money, we also pay a fee. One block consists of many transactions, and all transactions are sent with fees. These fees form the reward that a miner receives when they confirm a new block. So if you have ever sent a crypto, you know that the time needed for a transaction differs. It happens because miners can choose what transaction they include in a new block, and that includes transactions that come with higher fees. Of course, fees are different in different blockchains, but we'll talk about it next time. So guys, I hope now you understand what crypto and blockchain are and how they work. These are just the basics, the foundation. Finally, my advice to you is trying to explain all these things that we've covered here in this video to somebody who doesn't know about crypto at all, about blockchain, crypto and stuff that we discussed here. So if you can manage it, you can consider your first step taken in the field of crypto. Of course, stay tuned with us as many more useful guides and videos are coming on soon. And I'll tell you what, our next video will be about how to buy, sell, and transfer crypto. So please give us a like under this video, follow the channel so you won't miss anything. Of course, don't forget to ask your questions in the comment section down below. We'll be happy to chat. And until next time, guys.